told him to go, so he might pop up.
Oops. Oh man, I'm gonna get the hang of this. I'm gonna get the hang of this. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, we live. Can't tell us nothing in the house. I've been holding back on doing the intros. I think people get it by now. I think if they don't get it, they will get it.
There is somebody today who's like, "What's this?"
The first time listener.
What's this? No, I'm gonna make just like a video clip that will handle it, so I don't have to say it, because robots should do it by now, right? And I gotta start doing it myself. Let's let a robot do it, aka a video. But no, don't mind us going live. Feel free to keep talking about the whole Keith Lee thing.
Oh yeah, hilarity. I was like, I don't subscribe to like chasing the bag. You know, that ain't my thing. That's a different generation. However, I recognize when somebody fumbles the bag, and that was the biggest fumble I've seen to date on the Keith Lee effect. Oh man. Oh my goodness.
That was funny.
Can one of you kind of lay out the timeline of what happened? First off, who is Keith Lee, and then also what happened over there in Dallas?
Mm-hmm. Who's taking it?
You take it.
All right, you know it. I hate to always know, but I will share. Keith Lee and his Dallas tour stopped at this lady's food truck. Supposedly, I've heard several sides. This is from the owner. Her son's friend was instrumental in getting Keith Lee to come out. They had a live going, you know, they're promoting, everybody because that's what happens whenever he comes to town, you know, because there was a restaurant that I frequent. They're like, message Keith Lee, you know, tell him to stop by here. So I think that this lady was instrumental in that for the restaurant owner, the food truck owner, and came up with an idea. She was going to braid somebody's hair already. And she's like, girl, I'm not going to be in my house braiding hair. Let's go out there. Keith Lee may come. I'll braid your hair outside the food truck. And then somebody else, I don't know his relation to the owner or the lady, but maybe some relation to the lady who was braiding, had a brother who cut hair. So he was out there cutting somebody's hair. She was out there braiding somebody's hair when Keith Lee made the visit.
So some good stuff.
Huh?
So they was on some hood stuff.
It was right, but they was like drawing a crowd, like, oh, they braiding outside, they cutting hair, there's food. So Keith Lee comes and he experiences all of these things, you know, at the food truck. So he generally tips the people who own the restaurants when he leaves, because usually he's going to restaurants that are struggling, they're not having a lot of sales. So he tips this, like he gives her $4,000 on his credit card. He says, you keep $2,000, give $1,000 to the braider and $1,000 to the barber. And you know how people talk? It's not a contract where they shake hands. And so it's not like he says, now, do we have a meeting of the minds? You're going to do this. So, you know, they're still talking. So he's like, yeah, you know, divide it how you see fit, blah, 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 after he's told her to do this. But this is just in conversation. It's not, he's already given the instruction. So this, the food truck owner, then we start hearing from the barber and the braider that they have not received their money. And so the food truck owner's like, he said, you know, to divide it how I see fit. And they're not even with the food truck. You know, they just came up and they were doing it. She came. So there was this whole hullabaloo. Keith Lee had to then post another video to clarify. This is what I saw. These are my instructions. I said, you keep this, you give these people this. So so the food truck owner later comes back and has I've read from a couple of other PR people, not really great PR public apology about the situation, and says she's going to give the money to the two other people. But there was so much mess in between. There was just so much back and forth, and people posting on TikTok, and it was just a terrible situation. Most recently, she posted that she was at her restaurant after the fact, and like only 3 people came. And then somebody posted their information from Instagram that the truck was closed that day. Like, it had the opposite effect. The mess afterwards had an opposite effect of the Keith Lee effect. Keith Lee effect, you're supposed to be so busy, you can't do nothing, right? We drowning in food orders. We need help.
We have to close our business because
exactly. Like the puttery, because he really went hard for the puttery out here in Pearland. That poor lady, I don't even know. That it's in a little corner of a little strip of probably no more than 6 people can stand inside. So the line just wraps around the back of that. It's craziness. She had to close initially just to keep up with that, but the lines are still long, right? They're still long. This lady here is having dry days and had to close her shop because it's the opposite. That's the skinny.
Right. And then on top of that, speaking of the Keith Lee effect, from what I heard, another restaurant got hit in the crossfire. So people were leaving bad reviews for this restaurant called Sweetly Seasoned or something like that. But there was some other restaurant with a kind of similar name. I was trying to look it up what it was. I think called Seasoned Street Foods. And they started getting bad reviews too. And they're like, "What? We're not even in this." So that is with great power, Keith Lee, right? Like other people out here get taking shots as well, just because of the blast radius of this thing. So first off, as in my humble opinion, she was in the wrong. Of course, she was in the wrong.
Yeah,
he told you how to divide that money. She didn't do it. Why was she? Why? If she knew anything about this dude, she would know that her business she was going to make that money. Right? She was going to make that money in the long run,
for sure,
instead of having to shut down. So.
Somebody said too that he told her, that money was for like free meals. So when people came up, it was supposed to cover the cost of their meals. They said she only gave away like 3 free meals. And also the money to the barbers and the braiders was supposed to be used for like more haircuts, more whatever. And they said, they didn't do braiding. That's kind of hard. That's going to take a while. Cuts, you outside. I know you ain't getting the full treatment. So, you could probably go through a couple of cuts for $1,000. But that was another piece to it. It was just, again, just more evidence of Houston's superiority over Dallas.
That was your takeaway.
That is what I got from it.
That was
we don't have this 4th largest city in the United States. That man had no stories like that come out of here. And we can act a fool too. That ain't above us, but it didn't happen. It's talking about the spirit, the heart, and the soul of a place. Understand? That's all I'm saying.
Would you recommend Keith Lee to Turkey Leg Hut?
Oh, I don't know what's going. He ain't gonna have no problems. They gonna. It ain't busy. It hasn't been busy. If you drive by now, there's all that standing room only and waiting. You don't see that.
What happened to?
But you know what?
Because I see people posting about it and they talk about it's the rise and fall of turkey leg huts. So what happened?
Yeah.
I've never been.
I've never been. I've never been. But I can't imagine. I mean, what? Well, how about maybe the newness wore off too? Because it's not gonna last forever. It's only so many turkey legs. I mean, but they had other stuff too. But I'm just saying, maybe the newness.
There's only so many turkey legs. A man can only eat so many turkey legs in his life.
So here's something I want to share about Keith Lee. I'm just going to throw this out there like a grenade.
Okay.
If Keith Lee was a white dude going around to these restaurants, getting these responses, do you think it would be a different reaction?
A white dude going to black restaurants?
Rating them and also commenting when they give horrible customer service. Do you think it would translate? Do you think there would be people that would dismiss? This is all speculative, but I just imagine if Keith Lee was white dude, he went and he gave $4,000 to this food truck, and then she turned around and kept it. The different ways that could just, could take off, right? It'd be everything but about this woman's customer service. So I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think, right? It's completely speculative, completely metaphorical, but do you think is Keith Lee, I know he's shining a light uniquely on certain restaurants, but he also shines lights on some of these issues that we've had and we talked about in our community for years, right? Just horrible customer service, horrible the customer experience, right? So I can't help but to think like, man, I wonder, this is nothing new. The things he's talking about, these aren't new situations anyone's ever dealt with. But I wonder if he was a different person, would that message translate differently, I guess? I'll give you an example.
I'll go real quick. Okay. So I'm not necessarily in the tribe of Keith Lee. I don't follow him. I don't watch his stuff. I've become more aware of him through the people around me. Like, just tell me about him. Tell me when he came to Houston and all this and that. So I get an idea, right? I think my interpretation of this hypothetical is if Keith Lee were a white dude, first people will want to quote unquote check his credentials, right? So he may be a white dude, but who's he married to? Is it black wives? The white wife? Right? Why black restaurants? Why is this person? What's his history? Where did he grow up? I feel like people would be interested in that, and if all that sort of checks out, he came up in a black neighborhood. He had a black wife. I think people would give them the credibility there. I think so.
Great point.
But if he just grew up in the suburbs of Idaho or something, and
was laser sharp, honest, right? Like nothing else but just complete honesty. You don't think it would translate well?
I think he would need different credentials. Like if he was a Gordon Ramsay, like that's different, right? Yeah. Gordon Ramsay did a black restaurateur, people would eat that up. But unless this dude has like a Michelin star.
Man, look, if I saw Gordon Ramsay doing the Keith Lee thing, oh my God. It'd be one of the greatest kitchen series shows of all time, especially if he could give them real time feedback to their face like he does in like, what is it, Hell's Kitchen or something like that.
Kitchen Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah.
Which I love. That's a guilty pleasure. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I don't know. I mean, I think Keith Lee has a special. There's that special thing, like he's real like kung fu master. Like real Zen. God bless. This is a blessing. I'm just here to bless people. Like he's not. He's eating food, but then there's that kind of sentimentality about him, which is why this, what happened in Dallas just felt so bad, because it's like, this guy's just out here. He's just like a little angel, going around. Just spreading, good dust and good vibes. If it's good, if your food good, spreading that on you, and that's it. So it's what I'm struggling with is seeing a white person like that. And I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm saying I'm trying to see that, right, as this little angelic type of character who's, as you said, Antoine, with all the everything else checking out, just like, here you go, God bless, blah blah blah. I don't know. I don't know that it would be ever so popular, except people just maybe waiting to get the money from it. Like, but I think what's special about this is that it is a black voice, and we don't necessarily have that. We used to, General Society having critics of this and that. They can always weigh in their opinion and make decisions, but we don't hear it a lot from our own, like one singular person who's going to do that. So that's what my struggle is. I'm just trying to see what that would be like if it were not a Keith Lee person, or let's say a white person doing that. That's my struggle. I don't know. It'd be like, oh, he gave us some money. That's nice. But like, would there be the I don't know, like make or break?
Yeah. So for example, I was watching him and he was talking about from this lady's food truck. He was talking about the ribs and the sauce. And he was like, man, this isn't homemade. This is probably some, pre-made sauce and the seasoning and all that. So in my head, I'm thinking, I wonder. No, that's like you said. If this was a white dude who grew up in the suburbs, nothing but suburbs, and he bites into some, animes, collard greens and ribs, and he's just like, a little bit too much butter in the collard greens, a little bit too much butter. Even if he was right, I don't think it would translate because we just don't want to hear that feedback from that person. You know what I mean? Just being real.
It's just like, that's how right?
Yeah.
How you know?
Yeah,
how many plates? How many plates of collard greens you've been through?
Right.
In your 32 years existence, I've eaten collard greens. I can tell you.
And then the second thing I thought about was, and this is probably my darker side of how I think. Eventually, somebody's going to put a gun to Keith Lee's face. They're going to say, all right, if this dude come to my store and he bring negative or he say something about what I took his money, the next time he pull up, I'm going to have the dudes not cutting hair, but they're going to actually be mobbing, So part of me is nervous for him. And I heard that he could pull up in a place like that. And he's just like in the car and $4,000 tips and all that. Man, I was like, dude, I wouldn't be just going to the hood spots of every city eventually. Eventually, look at the news, Now I'm saying that as a man to say, like, I like what he does, but I want to protect him. And I just don't think he's, you can't beat him hand-to-hand combat. He's an ex-MMA fighter, but, people don't do MMA in the streets.
But why wouldn't you, if he didn't give you the kind of review you were looking for, why wouldn't you just make an effort to improve? Like, why is the response like, I'm going to kill him, I'm going to shoot him? Why can't you just, make better sauce? Find a recipe.
Because you're messing with my money, Tandy. You're messing with my money.
But
these people don't know I have bad sauce.
we cut to a small black-owned restaurant. Hey guys, get in here real quick. Everyone get in here.
Yeah. What's up?
We have an emergency. We have an emergency.
Okay.
Yeah, that you ever heard of that white food critic, Rick Green?
Yeah.
Going around America.
Yeah.
I heard about him.
These small restaurants and they will shut down after he goes there, and he's coming here.
Oh my Lord!
What? Why would he come here?
I don't know.
We're not bothering anybody
at all, and I know he ain't gonna say nothing about my greens. My greens
he
on
will.
point.
He's gonna say something about your greens.
What?
But he won't say anything about my oxtail. So
it was me.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, hello?
It was all me. I messaged him.
Why would you do that?
I just felt like, I asked y'all if I could borrow $1,000, and he was walking around giving away $1,000 to the stores and the staff if he loved the food. And I was like, dude, we can do that. All we got to do is just treat this man with respect and give him our food. Get $1,000. Why not message him on Twitter or X?
But he's only given $1,000 to one restaurant in the city. He's been to 30 places. John, the odds are against us, man.
Yeah.
$1,000. We don't have it.
29 restaurants closed down.
I've been asking for $1,000 for the last 30 weeks from you guys. And, I'm just busting my tail, cleaning off tables. I just needed something, man. I didn't know. I believe in y'all.
Wait. Oh, questions. First off, what do you need the $1,000 for, man? You've just been asking for this money. You haven't told us what it's going to go to.
Well,
second question, while you think of your answer, do you think that if he did give $1,000, it would all go to you, man?
Right.
Like, we gotta split that
four of
among
us
us.
here. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that. So I'm answer the second question. The second question is yes, it should go to me. I reached out to him. Y'all don't even want him to come, but I believe in y'all so much that I think we can win. And since y'all don't care about $1,000, y'all haven't made no effort to help me with $1,000. I felt like y'all would love me enough to let me have that $1,000.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
If he gives it to everybody, we split it. That's how that should go. I mean, I hope so.
Well, I at least get 500 for reaching out to him.
No, we split it evenly. That's split evenly. Yeah. Exactly. You know what? If I'm not going to get my equal share, I'm turning off the water. I'm going to turn off the water in the building. I'm sorry.
You're going to turn the water?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I don't get my equal share, I'm breaking the AC. Breaking it.
Okay. And
it's going to be humid as fuck.
I would hate to do it, but I'll put a little alum in my greens, make his mouth just pucker up like this. Couldn't even finish them.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. The reason why I won $1,000 is because we had such bad customer service that we had to let a family walk out of here and not cover $1,000 bill. I paid for it out of my money that I work here for, with those same attitudes that you guys have. I'm tired of it. So I reached out to this white dude. He's going to come in here and rate our food, and we're going to act like we got some damn sense. All right, we're going to give him good customer service. And
we cut to him finishing the meal. You know what? I don't normally do this, but I like that meal. I'm going to give you $1,000. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you $1,000. I want you to give $333 to him, $333 to the cook, $330 to the dishwasher, and you can keep whatever's left. All right. God bless.
Mr. Green, I think there's a little bit of a problem with your math. There's essentially nothing else for me to take, but I've been serving you here all night, so I figure like maybe you could run that back again, the breakdown. I didn't hear myself get enough of the breakdown, if that makes any sense, Mr. Green.
Whoa. I'm giving you a rare opportunity here. There's only one other restaurant that's receiving this $1,000. You're trying to tell me it's not enough?
Oh no, I think it's
Mr.
enough.
Green, that's not enough?
I think it's enough. I think the total amount is enough. I think the breakdown, that's why I don't. Why am I breaking it down so many times? I mean, you can give it to me. I reached out to you.
How about this? Instead of you trying to tell Mr. Green how to do it, how about you take this money and you go to your friends and you work it out with them?
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. You gonna thank you?
Green out.
We cut back to the kitchen. So, all right, John, I saw him give you some money, so I know we are all gonna get something. Come on with it.
Yeah, he was pointing to all of us.
Yep. Single person.
You know, there's something that we just did not know about Mr. Green. That conversation I had with him was not a good one. All right. He basically was like, I'll pay you $1,000 if you get the hell out of my face and tell all those people behind you that I said it.
Oh, that's why
I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. And yeah, so F Mr. Green.
Wait, he gave you $1,000 to leave him alone?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Sound like Green I heard on TikTok.
That's not him at all.
And I'm checking my Facebook. He's already, my Instagram, he's already posted. And he says another $1,000 given. 333 to three of the best cooks, wait staff, and other staff members at this
That's
restaurant.
weird. That's weird. He would say that, John.
Yeah,
you know, there are a lot of, you know, AI driven accounts out there. You know, I've been saying
come on.
Don't forget. And see.
Okay. But that is kind of wild though. You think you came to the restaurant to bless the restaurant, and you like, and these people out here raking up leaves, go get them some. I mean, just go take them what you want them. That just gonna give me what I'm supposed to have. You work out the rest. But another thing was that he paid with a credit card because he's like, I don't carry cash, and so
you don't carry cash doing that. Yeah,
you don't do that.
That'll be after the trouble.
Which, if from what I heard, is what he meant by distribute height, like because it's going to take a few days for the credit card to go through. So, like, if you need to do it by Venmo or Cash App or whatever, you do that.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, and she probably was like, "I'm not Venmoing right now. I'm gonna wait till that credits, then I might send it."
She probably didn't have it to give him, and she did have to wait. But apparently, that must have happened some time ago because it all broke down by the time we heard about it. Hoo-ha.
Again, Mr. Lee turning up.
All right, we got two other things we can go to. Which one do you want to go to?
I got one.
Yes.
You want to go to yours? All right.
Yes. So, hold on one second. Let me close this door.
Closing the door.
All right. Oh, this one goes out to all my hip hop fans and all of my political fans. This guy by the name of Ben Shapiro was featured on a track that went #1 in the rap categories, and I believe #1 on some other major charts. We're gonna play a little bit of this song because Mr.
Copyright, don't play it.
Oh, we can't play it.
Yeah.
Well, I will discuss some of the lyrics if I can.
Mute it. Have the video going, but don't. Don't play the song.
Yeah.
They won't come at us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see. Are there lyrics that you can? Let's see. See if I can. The song is called "Facts" by Tom McDonald, who's an actual independent rapper
who I've never heard of. According to him, he's the #1 rapper.
Yeah.
According to every rapper, there's a
according to everyone, every rapper is the top 5 rapper of all time.
If you don't say that, you're not a rapper.
This was the thumbnail of the video. To the right is Mr. Tom McDonald. He has other songs that he has. He has a song called Race War, how he's basically saying everyone wants us to get into this race war. I love everybody except for those who are on the left, essentially.
Would you call Tom McDonald a conservative rapper?
Artists hate to be labeled, but I mean, I think he when I heard this song originally, it made me feel like what they were doing with that song, Try That in a Small Town.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to answer your question, I would say yes, but I don't think that they would claim it. I think that they and here's the thing that I think is that's remarkable about these songs. They're not badly made. Like, they're a really decent song. If I was on that side, this would be a hit. Like, if I agreed with what they said, I'd be like, dude, what's y'all next comeback? And then the left will have to get someone like Pusha T, to come out of McDonald's jingle right, and they come flame both of them. But I think it was just such a unique time. Clearly, there's people in the world that feel like they can't express themselves freely and talk the way they want to talk. And a lot of that's coming out on the other side, the right side, the conservative side. So they made this song. You see it has 14 million views. Ben Shapiro was rapping. I don't think he wrote his lyrics. He can't write it. If he did, then I want to see him come out with another song. Just him.
Can you tell me a little bit about Ben Shapiro? Who is this dude?
Ben Shapiro is, let's see, he is a Jewish American political
Got it.
podcast, political podcaster who also is the editor in chief of the Daily Wire. He hosts the Ben Shapiro show. It's a pretty popular show. It's a really high level, I want to say, he tries to appeal to the intellectual with some of his debates and arguments, but he also falls farther on to the right side of the political arguments. And he kind of hangs his hat on the free speech and the over sexualization of America. So I kind of put him in that Candace Owens kind of bucket when it comes to the political influencers. But yeah, came out with a rap song. And Nicki Minaj even praised it. She came out with an album. This song came out around the same time. This song blew up. And she was just like, I tip my hat to Ben Shapiro. I can't hate. It's doing numbers. But it is, I would put it in that conservative rap bucket, you know.
I mean, was the song good?
Like I said, if I was a conservative, if I believed in what they thought, I would say, man, this is actually, I would say it's not bad. It's not hard to listen to. It's pretty good sonically.
Is that what you would say as John? Not John the conservative, you John.
You said that when I was,
yeah, because you said if I was a conservative, then you
no, as John, I think
as John.
It's a good sounding song. Like
okay.
The first time I heard Try That in a Small Town, I was like, I can see why people like this. It's catchy. Okay. It's a good jingle. Guy has a good voice. It's just when you start getting into the actual things that they're saying, where you're kind of like, well, but you know, I could make an argument if you listen to some of the hardcore hip hop. And, you know, they even have a line in here saying, like, you listen to this song, we're going to make sure you don't turn to a baby mama. You're not going to be living with your mama. You know, you're not going to be.
Just by listening to that song?
Listening to their type of music is essentially.
Then you're not going to be those things.
Yeah. Basically, they were saying, we're going to predict that this song is going to ruffle feathers, but it shouldn't ruffle feathers worse than listening to a gangster rap or a whole rap song where the people are talking about having sex with anything and everybody and killing anything and everybody. That was the point essentially they were making. And they were saying the left wants that, right? Like, and I think if they don't attack the left, which essentially they could have said this is a beef record. Maybe if they would have said, oh, this is Ben Shapiro's beef rap with all the left swinging politicians, I would have been like, dude, this was fire. They might need to respond. But, you know, outside of that, it's out there, man. And I'm going to start seeing probably, my first instinct was we're going to see more artists do this. We're going to see more white artists from this type of thinking pattern who are talented start making hits.
And which one of these two is talented? You said it's the Tom McDonald?
Well, Tom McDonald is the rapper. He's the independent rapper. As you can see, he has 4-something million subscribers as an independent musician. And I looked through some of his songs and I was like, oh my goodness. Like you said, never heard of him. But this dude is the #1 rapper, right? And I didn't know what to do with that. I was like, wow, you know, he has a huge following. He has a huge message. How's this going to play into politics? Is Donald Trump going to let him come on stage and do a concert? If he did, this would destroy the audience. They would be all for that. So, you know, taking a couple steps back, I'm like, yo, this was a good shot. Like, they took a shot. I would say it landed for what they were trying to do. But John, as an individual, I don't agree with all the stuff they say in the song. If that makes sense. Or most of the stuff they say in the song. Even the intention behind the song, I don't agree with it. But artists.
You know what? It's so hard. It is so hard for me to like pull myself back and try to objectively like evaluate, you know, these people who are on the other side of the battle. From me, it's so hard. I mean, I commend you for always being able to do that. But that is just, it's so hard for me to say, hey, that's kind of catchy. Like, can you just imagine if in I don't even want to take it back to slavery times, but that was the first thing that came to my mind. It's like, oh yeah, you know, Master got some catchy tunes in there, and that's not too bad. But you know, there's all this other stuff that's going on around it that makes it terrible. How can you even appreciate the catchiness of the tune or whatever it did? That's hard for me. That's hard.
And to me, it's like I watch a lot of people I disagree with, because you can learn a lot from people you disagree with. You can learn the tools, the talents, the ways that they try to implement their ideals, right? And a lot of times, you know, we get caught up in what they're saying and emotional about it, but we're not peeping the steps and the chess moves that they're doing that we could also do in ourselves, right? So listening to it, I completely felt all of the twists and turns of like, oh, you know, like I said, when I heard Try That in a Small Town, I watched the video, just reading the history around the imagery. I was like, these dudes got balls. They put a lot of this flagrant images, I would say, in front of people's faces, but they're doing it. It'd be like if, you know, I'll give you the other side of it, right? People in the hip hop community come at Drake around this time. Drake is half Jewish, and they're like, dude, you're not saying nothing about Israel and Hamas. And the reason why they're saying that is because of songs like this, right? But without them even knowing this was a hit. They're saying if you understood your talent and you knew how to use it for a purpose, it would be this. Okay. And you're talented enough to do this to go up 15 million views in 11 days, right? Right. So, yeah. That's what I mean by sometimes I will watch a Tucker Carlson. I watch these two dudes called they're called the Conservative Twins. Yeah. I can watch, sometimes I laugh at how ridiculous it is and funny they are, talented, but about 95% of the stuff they say, I'm just like, this is either an act or I'm completely lost on why you think this way. But you showed me that there's a platform, there's a way that I can do my own stuff. There's audiences for everybody. There's like, I see what you guys are doing. I just don't like that you chose that to hang your hat on, right? And so I do that, like I said, mainly for my own studying purposes, but we can't play the song. Play the song, there'll be way more discussion behind it because, you know.
But that's what I was wondering. So, because I mean, you said it. I was like, so what do you do? How do you answer it? Right? Is there an answer? How do you answer that?
Can I just weigh in a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I did listen to the song and watch the video. And one thing that stood out to me when the song ended, I was like, the song's called Facts. Very small amount of facts actually said in the song. It wasn't chock full of facts. I didn't learn anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
And is the song good? In my, like, the dude can rap. He seems comfortable rapping, but are there bars here? Not really. Is the hook catchy? Maybe. Kind of. A little bit.
Right.
But there's nothing fire in this song.
From a hip hop person, yes. But from a conservative.
Sure. So when you get into the lyrics,
right? It's like we're listening to when we've heard Old Town Road or Beyonce singing country, and they're like, that ain't country. We're like, yes, it is. That's probably how they feel. Like, this not country. There's not enough, you know, beating women in it and rapping up, singing about drinking and Ford trucks. I don't hear any of that shit. This isn't country. But from our perspective, you know, that's what I say. No, I don't think it's. I'm not bumping facts. I'm not going to be playing this in my
car. And then the lyrics is pretty much the conservative playbook, right? It's basically saying the liberals are going to ruin this country. We make money and we're going to protect your kids. Is essentially what the lyrics say.
You're anti-gun, so you can't protect anything. So that you know,
So all that to say, yeah, it just seems like, if you're conservative, this is your jam. Like they're speaking your language. But is it good? Are there facts in the song?
That would probably be the stronger argument.
We cut to 4 robbers in the lair after the bank robbery. God damn it, Amici, we almost got caught by the cops. You can no longer take time singing your R&B ballad about how we're gonna rob them and all the steps we're gonna take, man. We gotta get in and get out. We don't have time for you to sing a song.
But it helps me relax. It's a very stressful situation.
That's not what this is about. This is about a robbery.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Also, the dance moves mess with me holding my gun. I can't aim my gun and do the dance moves at the same time, Amici.
Yeah. But if you don't do the dance moves, then I don't know, I get thrown off as well. And then I mess up and I gotta start the song again.
Listen, I ain't trying to complain, but these tight, shiny suits that you have us wear, it ain't working from a package, man.
Mine either.
I get real self-conscious when I'm putting a gun in someone's face to rob them, and my package is just smothered and tight. I feel like they're looking at it the whole time and not looking at my gun.
Yeah, I told the guy to look me in the eye, but the suit was so shiny that the light reflected off of it, hitting him in the eyeball. It couldn't even look at me. And I was like, look at me. It was like, I can't, my eyes are burning. And we got into this whole disagreement all the time you were singing. It was too much, Amici. It was too much.
And that's too much glitter on me because I'm leaving like a glitter trail as we leave the bank.
We did leave a glitter trail that leads the way back.
That's what I'm saying. It's listen, I think
all right, let's not stay here too long. Let's what are you gonna say? Let's do it quickly so we get out of here. Don't get caught. Okay.
Amici, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think the people are gonna know that we're there to rob them when we rob them. I don't think we need a song with a playbook and everything has to be done that way, man. We could just get in and out like the good old days.
Yeah, you should use that meditation app I told you about. The singing, you getting it to relax you. It's actually stressing the rest of us out.
Yeah.
Didn't we make a lot of money today?
We did.
Yeah, okay. But it's all covered in glitter, Amici. That stuff gets everywhere. How am I going to spend this money?
I don't know. You know what? I'm sorry. I was trying to.
You're not going to sing again, are you? You look like you're about to. Look like you're rearing up to sing.
You don't want me to sing?
Not right now. I don't think it's the time.
Yeah, man. This is, I mean, but it does. I mean, like, I think we are kind of memorable, though. I mean, people probably remember a robbery anyway, but I think probably with the music and the outfits, we're kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a special touch. If I'm honest.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sorry about the cops I was catching. I did hand out some flyers, advertising. I wanted the crowd. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We cut to 2 cops in a cruiser. So I mean, you saw the same footage I did. Now, we're police officers. I don't support robberies, but you got to kind of admit they had a nice tune. Right? Like you think so? Am I alone in this? Alone in this?
Nah, man. I was bumping my head, tapping my foot the whole time. Had my hand on the gun just in case. But they had me. I was okay. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You were in there, man. You were in there.
Man. I hate a thief.
Oh yeah. I hate him. I
can't stand him. I think we should shoot all of them. Mm-hmm. Except that young man that we almost caught.
If we had to make an exception,
that would be the one.
Maybe that one. Maybe that one, just because there's
a lot of talent there. I got an idea.
What's that?
Maybe we should hire those guys to come sing at our jailhouse. Maybe motivate some of the prisoners that unlock some of their hidden talents.
Yeah, I didn't show the detectives this, but there is a flyer that I picked up. So, I was like, what am I going to do? Why am I picking it up? Am I going to call him? I'm a cop, but at the same time,
we come back to the criminals. Hey guys, I got some great news.
Yeah.
We were offered a residency downtown. Like,
Downtown.
Yeah, we get to do like
Yeah.
a series of shows.
Okay.
At the Carlton?
I know, the Houston City Jail.
Mitchie.
A residency.
A residency.
Jail.
Yeah.
How many weeks?
I think that's called being locked up, dude.
Yeah.
No. It's we get. They said we can do like a show every night. We can bring our suits, but they'll give us new ones as well. But I'm kind of into it. Yeah.
Do we need lawyers for this
It
residency?
sounds like being locked up, dude.
That's what it sounds like, Amici.
Well, I mean, we get our own rooms. We get meals.
I don't know about this, man. I don't think this is a good opportunity. I think we should.
Yeah, I know you think this is your big break, but
Yeah.
I don't think this is the break you want, man.
Yeah.
I think we maybe let this one slide. We'll look out for the next one.
Okay.
We cut back to the officers. All right, I just got it approved by the chief. All right, we had to cut the corn and some of the other food that for the prisoners that they have to eat, just so we can afford to bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
And we will need to handcuff them and bring them through security and check them for any kind of contraband. All right,
That seems fair.
yeah. But I'm
but they're really just here to entertain.
I do have another idea, you know. I got so many ideas, you know.
You got so many.
You know, I have a cousin that works at a correctional facility outside of Chicago, and he told me that R. Kelly heard about these robbers and is a little upset he didn't get invited to this residency. And I told him, hey, I got to talk to the group, you know, I got to talk to my partners about this one, you know. I don't know if we got the budget for Kells, but maybe we could see if they want to mind R. Kelly opening up for that group.
We come back to the hey guys, yeah.
You seem dejected, man.
Yeah, we got another offer. We actually got bumped down the list. Yeah. And I don't really want to do this, but I just got to tell you guys about it just because, you know, it's there. It's out there. Yeah. They want us to open in prison for R. Kelly.
No.
I got a line.
No.
That's what I thought. That's what
That's the line. They definitely trying to throw us in jail.
Robbing people. I don't mind putting a gun in people.
Have y'all seen that video of R. Kelly singing in prison?
No.
Man, it's probably one of the funniest things I've seen.
Like, is he doing a show or is he like mopping the floor? What
No, he's sitting in like a jail room. Somehow they found a cell phone and he's like in his jail outfit. And he's like, hey, Kells, man, let him know it's the real you. And he starts singing. And you can tell it's R. Kelly about how he's singing. But I'm like, how the fuck did they get a phone in prison and it posts online? And it's R. Kelly, so it ain't like nobody can ID who was doing that. Like, come on, man. But yeah, man. Prison.
I mean, that does remind me of like there was this one dude who was in prison. He got a cell phone. He was posting on Facebook. They had like liquor and stuff, and he was like posting pictures of it. It's like, dude. Once I got out, he got reprimanded for it. He got like, can't be doing that. Speaking of reprimanding people, there's one more, Tandy, that you shared with us that I will pull up right here if you want to just kind of set up what we're looking at.
Oh, yeah, no, I think John, who shared that? John shared it, and I commented strongly, or somebody did. Yeah, this dude here is wilding. Whatever.
So, what are we looking at right now?
I'm so sorry, listeners. We're looking at a clip of Jim McIngvale, Mattress Mac. owner of Gallery Furniture. He's had this is the second that I've seen commercial for some sale he has, and he's leaned all the way into Thug Life Houston style from the north side, from like the north side of Houston. So in this clip, he's got all purple on, a purple jacket and a purple bandana tied around his head,
and a double cup with Jolly Ranchers.
A double cup, yes. With Sprite, yes, the Sprite and the Jolly Ranchers, and then he has another one with the red. He's blooding, I guess, and all red with the bandana on his head. And hold on, I looked at the article because somebody said he was forced to apologize. I didn't do research on that about it, but
apologize. But the fact that he did a commercial where he's acting like he's drinking dirty Sprite is wild to me. And for those who don't know what Dirty Sprite is, there's a whole album called Dirty Sprite 2 by Future. Shout out to Future. But essentially, Dirty Sprite is putting lean in a Sprite, and you throw a Jolly Rancher in there, and it's supposed to make it taste better. Never had it in my life. Just I've watched TV and they explained it. Right. And that's how he's advertising his furniture as a billionaire lean drinking fake gangster.
What's wrong with that? Huh? What's wrong with that?
What black business owner can make a commercial like lighten up a spliff? I mean, because essentially that's I mean, and this is lean is worse. But who can make that commercial pretending to do that, and then there's no pushback? It's totally cool.
Snoop Dogg.
I think this is a good idea. Yeah, he's the only one. Yeah, I mean, right.
That's smoking every
his mattress Mac, like Snoop Dogg.
No,
Snoop Dogg.
No, and here's some of the here it is. Mattress Mac said, if your credit all effed up, I run it like Chameleonaire and Slim Thugger. Pull up to any Gallery Furniture location. We're going to fight to get you financing, like when I fought Muhammad Ali many years ago, the greatest of all time. What?
I've never seen him fight Muhammad Ali. So
it was probably some gimmick like these commercials are.
and maybe that's the thing we're missing. Maybe it's just not funny. And he thought, oh man, let's do this crazy idea to get their attention. It'll be funny like a sketch. And we're just not connecting with it. But it feels like it feels like an authentic cultural appropriation. If there was ever one, that was the best argument I've ever seen. But notice
he's also like
anything about it though.
He's also like 150 years old. I don't know if he knows what's going on at this.
He knows what's going on.
I think someone just
said,
"Hey man, you should do this." And he was like,
he knows.
Anyway, you know what would be wild, though, Mac? You know what would be wild, though? Like you put that bandana on, man. What, red? Put him in red, man. You repping North Side. Yeah, we got something. Yeah, we write something for you to say skeet skirt or something. What from a person who is actively supporting conservative right-wing measures to disenfranchise the people that he's really making fun of, really to disenfranchise the vote, unless they're voting for what he wants, right? So you are actively doing this, and then you playing this game in front of people. That's why I get so upset. Yeah, if he was neutral and just like, hey, I thought this would be a funny idea, but you actively working toward that, and you do this. That's a slap in the face, and it's more than offensive. You ain't gonna put none of that on me today, and I'm just gonna be like, well, I've got a mild opinion. I don't. I got a strong opinion. No, not at all. If I was making payments on furniture, I'd stop and be like, sir, you ain't gonna play. You're not gonna take my money and do. But I probably wouldn't have no furniture from him anyway. That stuff high, by the way, too. All of this credit, that furniture ain't cheap. Anyway.
Wow.
I know that didn't make no sense. Sorry.
Wow.
We cut to a writing meeting with Mattress Mac. We're pitching ideas. All right, guys, listen. I think I got another idea I'm going to throw at you guys. Tell me what y'all think. Mattress Mac, tell me what you think. What if you put on a pregnant woman suit and you rubbing your baby, you're acting like you're about to have a baby, but you couldn't afford it. And the only way you can afford it is if you came on down to Gallery Furniture and we helped you out and gave you a couch and a place for your baby and the mom to live in. You're going to be the mom. You're going to be acting like you don't have any money. You're broke as shit. Just a broke, pregnant woman from the north side, but you need furniture. What you think, Mattress?
Wait, I just want to interrupt there too. I love that idea. I'm seeing a sequel to that idea though. Like after the baby's born, you become the baby, and you're the baby, like growing up in this really rough neighborhood. But you know, you got a great mind, and you just persevere, and you fight and you struggle, and you grow up, and you get your own apartment, and you buy the nicest furniture you can from Gallery Furniture. And you just
No. I got. No, that's a great one. I love it. But kind of a follow up to that one. Let's say after you get that apartment, you start teaching in the inner city, right? And you find a bunch of kids who have a troubled upbringing, but you're bringing your knowledge and your education to them and letting them see a new way of living. And part of that is taking all those kids down to Gallery Furniture to get new furniture with top rated financing for their moms. Huh? I think that is the commercial we need to make.
The natural progression to that. As we cut to you as an older person, you've given your time and energy to the inner city, but they have not appreciated it. All right, so now you're just blowing smoke out of your ears because you don't know what's going on, and then we're gonna have you like go to like maybe one of the students' houses. You're gonna drag the furniture out of their house and you're gonna set it on fire in the front lawn. And then you're gonna say, now get some new furniture from Gallery Furniture. Man,
we had great session, guys. Great session.
Great writing
Great
session.
Great session.
Great writing session.
Great session.
This is perfect. This was wonderful.
Love it.
And I know you guys are letting me sit in on this writing session, the new one here, but I just want to let you know that what I normally do is if I really like the writing session, I give out $1,000 to the group, and I want to do that today, and I want to give it to you, sir, but I want you to give 2/4 of it to her. I want you to give 3/5 of it to him, and then I want you to give 1/9 to Mattress Mac, and then I want you to give 3/17 to the janitor, and then you can keep what's left over. Right. And I am out.
Well, he left too early, but I wanted to tell him that I actually am going to need more than what he left.
No, but he already said how to divide it, so we heard it.
Why does Mattress Mac need more money?
Yeah,
he has enough money. I'm just gonna tell him I have his money someday when I feel like he needs it, and I'll just keep it. But I'm going to this concert later. If you guys want to go.
Oh, where you going?
Okay.
Yeah, it's this new musical Robin group that opened it up for R. Kelly at the Illinois Correctional Facility. Yeah, I'm going to check out before R. Kelly comes out. If they let me out, I think I might have to wait until they open up the gates and stuff. But it's supposed to be pretty awesome.
It's great
that sounds fun.
Yeah, great that we have money so that if they do rob us, then we'll have something to give them. For them to take. Yeah. Works well for me.
Yep. My plan was to see if they will do a commercial with Mattress Mac.
I'm sure that would be wonderful.
I'm getting an idea. Pharaoh Mattress Mac. You are the one to turn the community around. I don't know what you think. What you think about that? You got a little R&B?
Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Yeah.
And scene. Thank you so much for that. We're gonna get down out of here. So everybody, John, would you tell people to check out that song? Would you recommend people listen to that song that you mentioned, Facts by
I personally think you should. I think you should listen to things you don't like sometimes. But check it out on YouTube. Like Antoine said, it's not my top 5 favorite rap songs, but it is definitely one that is out there.
I'll listen to it to get me pumped up for the race war that they say is so imminently it's so imminently coming.
Listen to the race war song too.
I'll listen to it.
Any day now.
Yeah,
it's waiting for the
it's been
for the signal to go up.
100 years of tentative civil race war. Only one